out a lot of rockabilly stuff and Dion stuff.
That's what we want to hear.
Yes, it was great.
Let's have a tape of that.
Yeah, it's great stuff, actually. And the musicians that I was working with were really quite competent. And a lot of them had been in bands and travelled abroad, been all around the world, and had chosen, well, to go into the slow lane rather than the fast lane. So there was a totally different adrenaline count, you know, which meant that we could spend 2 nights doing Ruby Baby or something like that, making it sound great. So we said, well, the best thing we could do perhaps is have a go doing it on the road. And just sort of escalated from there to something quite good. But never too serious. You know, that probably the most serious person was me, because I was having to contend with all the flashbacks of, you know, state troopers and cavalcades, motorbikes, you know, guarding me and all that sort of thing. When you come up to JBs, you just get a lift
standing
with somebody.
In the bar. After doing such like monster gigs with like millions of and huge security, and that, was it a relief to do those little ones?
It was a test to begin with. I was petrified. I mean, the first time the Honey Drip was actually worked together was just over, about 18 months ago, locally. And I probably had more pangs of nervousness about that than I did about Madison Square Garden or any of those monster city sketches, you know. Because it was, the truth was going to be seen or heard. There was no camouflage. You were within 3 foot of the first person who wanted to shout for Stairway to Heaven, you know. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying the stairway to heaven. And when she gets there, she knows if the stars are all closed, with a word she can get what she came for.
The other thing is that you, as far as I know, always lived around here and stayed here, whereas a lot of people in your position would either live in Los Angeles or London or somewhere like that.
Well, they all made more money than me. Boo. And no, I don't think it's the right thing to do. I've seen a lot of my pals become virtually foreigners within their own country by finding that it was a good idea to move. A lot of people who play in London or lived in London initially when groups started couldn't wait to get out of there, you know. I mean, people say, well, who wants to live in Balham or whatever, Gateway to the South, you know? So they go to Sussex or, I don't know, Essex or somewhere like that, and they ostracise themselves so that they're the people in the big house. And so their social existence is only tempered around music. And that's the most incestuous situation that you could wish for, really. I mean, it's negative. It's better to do your music, do what you've got to do, have a total musical time or a side of your character that applies to all that, and then come back and just be where you've always been.
What wise words. Because, I mean, there's a lot of people who, you must know a lot of people who now live in Los Angeles, so, and it seems like it's almost a graveyard for people.
Well, last time I was there, and I haven't been there now for years and years and years. I haven't got the stamina anymore. About 6 years ago, I used to play football with Rod Stewart, which is no big deal, but the thing is, we used to go back to his house afterwards and watch tapes of English soccer matches, and then go to an English pub after that. And the whole thing was like leaning back here all the time, but still being there. And it was bonkers, really. I mean, you can come up to this club here, and you immediately, everything falls into perspective, because you can't, the flash element, the kind of wow that you've been used to, has to disappear immediately.
The thing that I dare say, will you take this band out on the road, or will you take a band out on the road again for a big tour?
Well, the immediate answer is yes. I think what I'd like to do is, this next album is crucial. I mean, it's really weird for a bloke of my age to say that anything's crucial, I suppose, when I've done so much, but that's the whole thing about me. The next step is very important. Having been with Zeppelin for years and years, the first album that I've done away from that stable was pretty good. And the next one's I've got to take everything that I know and everything that these guys I'm playing with know, and shift it across to gain a wider platform of what I can do, you know, what we can all do together. And once we've achieved that, by March, April next year, it should be able to go on the road.
Charming Robert Plant, who talked to us there in Birmingham, and the same crew filmed him in Manchester at the moment, and unlike the crew. So let's say a big hello to the crew in Manchester. Hello. Hello. What enthusiasm. And unlike the crew here, who appear to be a bit drunk because they're on the floor, if we could just manage to get ourselves up for a moment, we're going to look at a film that we made in Los Angeles, a band called X, who are a bit unknown. The man who's introducing them was their producer, so let's see what he's got to say for himself.
Hi.